What's up, gays, straights, and other days? It's Mally. I'm back with another episode of Lady in Mystery. I guess from what I've seen here, I'm gonna assume that we're jumping into Seoyeon's point of view now and finding out more about her backstory, because we literally just broke her heart and Juhi had to be the one to comfort her because we're dumb. But I'm really excited to see how this pans out, so let's just get right into it. Being in the same wagon for about a month, she's used to being in the dark now. She could barely see letters on her wrist when she slightly opened her eyes. Seoyeon. It was a little bastard daughter Nobi's name that someone wrote on her arm before selling her. That's why she wanted to free the... Oh. That makes more sense now. The rattling sound of wooden crates bumping each other, little girls whimpering, the squeaking sound of the wheel rolling, the sound of a cow walking on the road, the sound of the night breeze coming through the crack on the crate. She was getting used to all these sounds every day. And that's why she knew when we closed the door on the girls in that house that one time that they wouldn't mind because they're used to it, because that was her experience. Little Seoyeon, who was still learning how to speak, was squatting down in the crate listening to the outside. Seoyeon was born on the day after the heavy rain. A female mute servant gave birth to her on her own at the misty dawn. Seoyeon. Seo meaning dawn, and Yeon meaning fog. Dawn fog? That's so pretty, oh my goodness. Her master, who was a military officer, gave her that name, but the mute servant had never called her daughter's name out loud. Well, she can't, she's mute. And a few years after, Seoyeon was sitting on the wagon with other bastard daughters on the way to be sold. Seoyeon caught her breath and put her eyes close to the crack of the crate. She could see the tree shaking gently under the moonlight. She could see the corner of the other crate where another girl's in. Damn it, it's too quiet. I hope the potion doesn't crack down tonight. Hey, don't say stupid things. It's just the thick fog. As they hear their conversation, little girls in the crate started to make noises, and someone tapped the crate with a pole. Quiet, girls. You think you're going to be safe if we get caught? You might save your life if you're sold to some wealthy family, but if the policemen catch you and send you home, then you're all going to die. Sure, if we get caught by the police, you should run away to save your life. You heard him, right? Better pray that we won't get caught for your own sake. The middleman kicked the crate with his feet for a while and then spat on the ground. It got quiet again. Seoyeon could hear her blood flowing roughly and touching her chest. Then before long, she heard some loud noise that she's never heard before. Seoyeon didn't even know what's the sound of the horse's hooves. Wait, are we going to see how she met Wonsam? Because I think he said something about meeting her when she was very little. She could feel that something was wrong intuitively. Adults were yelling, "Police, it's the potion," and the wagon got faster. Squeaking. As the wheel was rolling on the rocks, the crates were shaking hard. Seoyeon bounced off from the crate and hit her head on the wall of the crate. Oh. Then, boom. She hit something and then all the crates on the wagon were falling down. That night, of all the girls falling down to the ground, Seoyeon was the only one who was registered as a government maidservant for the potion, who got hit by Superintendent Zhang's horse and got fainted for a long time. Oh, I guess they felt bad for injuring her? Seoyeon was lost in thought of her past, standing in the office of the potion when Wonsam tapped her shoulder. Well, I recognize that hat. Seoyeon was so small that she couldn't even reach Wongsam's waist, but now she's grown up so much that she doesn't even have to look up at Wonsam. Wonsam got drunk from the day again. He was having the hiccups and pushing boxes with his feet. Seoyeon, organize the old stuff and throw them away. Gosh, some of them are still here for years and years. Yes. Seoyeon started to search through the box. Old wanted posters, brush that doesn't have enough hair and can't be used anymore, broken inkstone, molded wig, a feather for arrows. All kinds of things were mixed in the box. Some of them were here even before Seoyeon became a damo. The dust was flying around every time she touched something. Seoyeon started organizing things, covering her nose with her hand. She flattened the old wanted posters with a wooden weight just in case and bound it again. She always finds something to do on her own before anyone asks her to do it. And then, Seoyeon stopped her finger in the middle of punching the posters and tying the knot. A very familiar face that she's seen somewhere. Excuse me, Inspector Park, did she find my wanted poster? She called Wonsam right away, but he didn't hear and just blew the whistle. Seoyeon tried to call him again. This time she opened her mouth, but she couldn't make any sound. Seoyeon hesitated for a while, then ripped that poster and hid it under her clothes. Are you gonna find out who I am? Oh shit. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet. Ooh, episode 10. I knew it at a glance. This might be the one where she finds out who I am and like why I rejected her initially. Is she gonna be the one that tells me it's okay? Oh my god. Oh, or in Juhi's point of view. Fucking... You know it's gonna be a good time when we're in her point of view. And to prove that point, here's the music that I love so much. Gosh, you're driving me crazy. Why are you drinking so much lately when you're not even good at it? Hi, Juhi. Juhi was shaking Hisu, who's drunk and crying. She even kicked him when Woo-sung was not watching. Hey, but Hisu was kept whimpering, hugging the table. Hisu became really weird ever since he solved the Itaewon case. Ever since he went to Gai Hyung's tavern, Hisu didn't stop singing at Jung Hoo-so, saying he's just so happy. He even smiled at Juhi and kept saying all the nonsense like the weather's so nice, the world is beautiful, and happiness comes from minor things, which did not sound like him at all. No matter how many times Juhi scolded him, Hisu kept smiling. She didn't realize how serious it was until then. But then, after 2 days, it was already too late when Hisu started crying to a dog in the yard face to face. Hisu was crying while eating, screaming and waking up in the middle of the night, and fisting the air, crinkling the blanket as if he's fighting with some invisible ghosts. Jesus, I'm annoying when I'm asleep. Miss Juhi. Oh, Jesus. What? What now? You're uglier than me. Meh. That's not gonna go over well. What the heck? Okay, that's enough. Juhi was about to punch him secretly, clenching her fist when someone opened the door and got into the tavern. Oh hey, nice Lakers outfit. Excuse me, I heard I can meet Fixer Brothers from Jung Hoo-so here? Is that true? Juhi looked up and down at the client while holding Hisu's waist. He was worried that Hisu might say something weird under the influence of alcohol, but Hisu acted normal after drinking a bowl of cold water. But Juhi could see that he's not normal at all. Well, I can see you're Yongbon. Given the fact that you asked around to find Jung Hoo-so even though we're closed for days, that must be something really urgent. And you're not working for the government? How do you know that? He's working for the government. He would have had jade or crystal buttons on the headband, but he doesn't have one. The Yongbon sitting in front of him listened to him and nodded with an awkward smile. You're right. Zinsa. There were 2 kinds of government examination, low-level examination, high-level examination. Applicants for low-level examination could choose which examination to take between Sangwon and Zinsa. Zinsa was the examination for literature and writing, and the one who passed this examination was called Zinsa as a form of respect. Oh, like an honorific. Okay. I'm barely a Zinsa now. My name is Lim Hun Hua. Call me Zinsa Lin. Juhi looked at that Zinsa Lim and frowned. He's a Zinsa. Wait. Is it Zinsa or is it Jinsa? Because I heard somewhere that sometimes Z's are pronounced as J's. Don't know. It means his family at least made him study. Those clothes, he might be from a wealthy family and it's not pretty obvious that he's from a prestigious family, but he's not acting like a Yongbon at all. Juhi's hands were full of Hisu who kept losing balance, so she just gave a sigh. Get you a Juhi to pseudo take care of you when you're drunk. She'll just punch you a little too. The reason I came here is that I want to have a concubine. What? A concubine? You can just ask permission to your family and have it. Do you want us to be matchmakers for you? She's right. We don't do that kind of thing. No, that's not it. Actually, I wanted to have What? An Yuchi as my concubine? Then Zinsalim answered with an even more discouraged voice and looked at us. And Hisu straightened his back, breathing out loud. It seems like he's sobering up. By Yuji, you mean a medical maidservant from the government? You want to have a medical maidservant from the government as your concubine? The one who cures people? Yes. You want to have a government maidservant who's in charge of a special job? Then you should pay the government to free her. You seem like you're from a wealthy family. Do you have enough money to free your maidservant from being Nobi? I have more than enough money. Then what's the problem? Just free her and get married. Then Sinsalim's face got dark again. What is it now? Why can't he say it all at once? We were getting scared to hear what he's going to say next. He said something even more ridiculous. Well, that's not possible. That maidservant doesn't like me. You better not be talking about Damo, my Damo. You better fucking, I swear to, ugh. Back off. I may be an idiot and I may not have figured things out yet, but back off. Okay, staring contest apparently. So, do you want me to tell you how to force a woman to marry you even though she doesn't like you? A medical maidservant from the government. Good, this game actually respects consent. Thank fuck. Cool. Yeah, fuck you, dude. What a bastard. What? What did you just say? I said you're a scoundrel. Yeah, Juhi ain't gonna take back what she said ever. How rude. Says you who wants to force yourself on a woman. Fuck you, dude. Earrings, gat with jade ornament, and silk doko. He's just a guy who dolled himself up to cover up his dirty mind. Forget it, brother. There's nothing more to hear. Just throw the salt and kick him out. Gosh, you came all the way to tavern to ask for that? What kind of lunatic is that? Get out. Out. You pathetic son of a gun. Son of a... Just say son of a... Well, she probably can't actually in front of this guy. Never mind. Then Hisu suddenly stopped Juhi. Wait. You. Zinsa, sir, can you take off your gat, please? My gat? Zinsa Lim got flustered and untied the gat. Then Hisu snatched the gat. It was like he's almost taking it off Zinsa's head. He wanted to see that ornament on his gat. An ornament in the shape of the bird. It looks like it's made of jade, but the color was reddish. It was an interesting, rare color. Hisu frowned for a while and then carefully asked with a sober voice. Where did you make this? Who did you buy it from? Do they all use the same jade here? Is this someone from my past? Oh, you can't buy this. It has to be specially given to you as a gift. Specifically given as a gift. Well, a few years ago, we all made it together when I got to be part of Delegates to Quing. I wasn't even a Zinsa back then, so I went along with my uncle as a military officer for experience. They say we have to look good as chosen people, so we all made it together at Uiju before we go. The color is amazing, huh? Because this jade is not from Chosu. Can you get me the list of people who went to Quing at that time? Well, I don't know if I can get it right now, but I can send my servant to the Ministry of Right and get me one. I mean, if they didn't lose it, of course. What is going on? Me too, Juhi. Hisu was more judgmental towards Zinsa Lim than Juhi, but now he got all quiet. He was about to kick him out, but now he's just staring in the air. Even asked him politely, giving back his gat. Let me hear how much you are willing to pay and what you can do for me. What? You don't do this kind of thing. You said even you don't do something too stupid and pathetic regardless of the money. What? Stupid and pathetic? Yeah, you heard her. You fucking heard her. You're a piece of shit. Then Hisu made Zinsa Lim quiet. Ignore my What am I doing? What am I doing? What the hell am I... You better have a bigger plan for this, Hisu. What the hell are you doing? Ignore my sister. I have a few conditions, so listen. First, you have plenty of money. Second, you have a special honoree in your family who you can ask a favor without hesitation. Third, you can give me the list of delegates party for sure. What are you? I'll consider it if you can meet all three conditions. Otherwise, I won't do it no matter how much you pay me. Zinsa Lim was hesitating for a while. A special honoree. Only a few very prestigious families have a special honoree in their family who they can ask for favor. It doesn't have to be as nice as Juhi's family, but it should be somewhat prestigious. But it would be so absurd if this bastard is even from a prestigious family. Juhi was just shaking her head. There's no way he has a special honoree as his family. No way. He doesn't even seem to have a dignity of a prestigious family. There's no way he knows any special honoree. I have. What? I think I know a special honoree who I can ask a favor. My second cousin. No! But then as Zinsa Lim pounded his chest, Juhi's hope crumbled. King, no, 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 no. Oh, back to my point of view. What am I doing? Hey, me, what the fuck? I went back to my room and engraved the shape of that jade ornament in my head again. Jade with a very unique color. I could never forget that color, yet probably to do with my family's murderers, I guess. My arch enemy had the same color of the ornament on his gat. Wait, are we talking about lgbtqgame again? So he was one of the delegates party to Quing, that guy who claimed to be my father's friend. Oh, never mind, it's just the traitor. Is he in a high position? He might be a translator or just a doctor. I completely sobered up while thinking about that. I wasn't going to live in Hanyang forever. I shouldn't waste my time being lazy like this. When I leave, it's better to forget about my Hanyang life and everyone I knew in Hanyang. Why are you trying to help that? Why are you helping that bastard? And Juhi kept complaining next to me. You know what? For once, I support the complaining. She even explained what happened to Woo-sung and asked him to talk to me when he came in later. But Woo-sung's eyes got bigger when he heard that jade ornament. He figured out why I wanted to help him and didn't say anything to me, not like Juhi expected. Please tell me we're not actually gonna help this guy. Please no. I have no problem with him. What? Juhi stared at the wall angrily with her arms crossed and then asked me with an angry voice. Then tell me how you are going to solve this. How are you going to make that government maidservant his concubine? I'm curious too. The maidservant is government property. It's even hard to free her even if she wants to be free, but how can he do that when she doesn't even want it? Tell me about it. If it was that easy, then any Yongbang would take out the gi signs to be their concubines. Juhi kept asking me like she wants to hear me saying it's impossible. But I didn't tell her a lie, I just told her the truth. That's why I told him he needs some help from a special honoree. What's a special honoree has to do with making a maidservant that guy's concubine? I thought for a while and gave a quiz to her, folding my fingers 3 times in front of her. I'll give you a quiz. That's gonna go over well. These people have something that other people don't have. Special honorees, royal family, and dignitaries. Woo-sung just scratched the back of his neck like he doesn't get it. Well, I don't get it either. Apparently I'm the one proposing this. Juhi didn't know what it was at first and tried to think for a while. Then Juhi figured out the answer right away and asked back. Gusa, I guess, which is a servant that is bestowed from the government to royal family or high-ranking government officials. They led the way in front of their master on a horse or a palanquin. They shouted to let people know their master is passing by so that people can stop using the road until their master passes by. So a really bougie servant. Cool. You're right. For special honorees, royal family, and dignitaries, the government bestow them government servants called gusa. They are the ones who shout out loud and clear the path when their master's horse, palanquin, or sedan chairs are passing by. When their masters did something wrong, they are the one who gets the punishment since their masters are very highborn. Gusa was a gift from the government to people of high degree, but if the master and his wife die, they are returned as the government's property, because the government borrowed them in the first place. Juhi tilted her head. I still don't get it. Come to think of it, we had about 7 gusas in my house since my father was a minister. That's it. Gusa stays at their master's house, but their status is government nobi. In a way, a medical maidservant is also a government nobi. So if we adopt an expedient, we can make that maidservant as a gusa. What? But what's the point of getting a medical maidservant as a gusa? Gusa is a male servant. They have to get beaten for their master if he did something wrong. How can a medical maidservant be a gusa when she's a woman? Plus, there's no way that bastard can ever get a gusa. Yuhi was asking back and then dropped her jaw. No way. Right. You can give us something expensive to that special honoree as a gift and ask him a favor. Sir, can you please make one of your medical maidservant as your gusa, please? And he can buy that gusa from him in exchange for a more expensive nobi and some money. Who does that kind of thing? It's a common method that some governors or exiles used to use when they want to take government gisang with them to Hanyang, making them as gusa and buy them from special honorees. No. Then what about that maidservant's choice? She's being sold against her will. Bad timing. Zinsa Lim's knocked on the door. I just sent someone to get the list of the delegates party like you said. Are you here? Fuck. Okay, cool, great. Woo-sung lowered the brim of his gat and turned around. I opened the door. Zinsa Lim was waving his hand in the yard with a bright smile. He left his servant behind and started to anxious. So what do we do now? I just need to do what you say, right? What? No. Oh my god, no. Juhi ended up not coming with me and Zinsa Lim. Gee, I wonder why. She said she would rather stop breathing and die than helping that kind of prick. But I decided to follow Zinsa Lim. I wanted to see what she looks like and I was going to talk to her. It's better to persuade her to be on the same page, if possible. Even though I'm not good at matchmaking. Please no, please no, please no, please no. Zinsa Lim put 2 servants in front of him as guides when he's not even holding a position of the government. He walks slowly with his hands folded on the back. No. No, wait, no. So sometimes my brain, well, a lot of the time actually, my brain tries to jump ahead and anticipate stuff. If we go there and the woman is Seoyeon, Yisu, you better fucking not. At first I thought he was asking like a Yongbang, but then as I walked with him, I felt like he's stalling on purpose. He goes around when he can just walk straight, and he kept choosing small streets over big streets, and he was walking slowly on purpose. What are you doing? Medical maidservants are at they're there. Where are we going? Well, that's... Forget it. I know how to get to that place. Follow me. When I pushed Zinsalim away and went ahead, then Zinsalim pulled at my sleeves. Well, she's actually not in that place. What? A medical maidservant who's not there? Then is she a medical maidservant for the royal family? You're out of your mind. Gosh, were you trying to make a medical maidservant for the king and royal family your concubine? No, I wasn't. I didn't say that. Then she's not in that place or not working for the royal family, but she's still a medical maidservant? What is that? Well, let's just go. I'll show you. This better not. You better. Game? Game, don't you dare. Game, don't you dare. Then Zinsalim started walking fast and kept wiping his sweat off his hairnet with his handkerchief. I had a bad feeling about it, so do I. Why is he so nervous to show me just a medical maidservant? Then Zinsalim started to walk on the same road I walk a lot. No, I don't like where this is going. I hate where this is going. Stop. After walking for a while, Zinsalim stopped at a place that's really familiar to me. No. Oh, no, I recognize this place. I don't remember a lot of the backgrounds in this game, but I remember this one. I actually lied a little because I was worried you might not help me if I tell you the truth. She's actually not a medical maidservant. No! Then the door of the Boshang opened and Park Wong-sum and his policeman went out. If you're going to stay outside the capital... No! Hisu, don't you dare! Hisu, don't you fucking no! Oh my god, no, I hate this. Then Zinsalim raised his hand and pointed at Seoyeon. Hey, back off. Mine. No! There, that girl. No! Mine! How fucking dare you? Hisu! Ugh. I swear to God, if he actually tries... He? Yes, he, because that's him. But if I actually try to fucking help... No. Oh, it's Juhi's point of view. No, come back. No. Hey, no. Do not. I would love to hang out with Juhi at any other time, but I'm so worried for Seoyeon right now. How... Makwa, is she not here? Juhi started to look for Makwa right away as soon as she got left alone at the tavern. But Makwa was out for an errand. Jumho was still awkward with Juhi. Really? After all this time? Oh, it's the track I like again. So she just took a glance at Juhi and went inside the kitchen. Jumho was suffering from a mild toothache, so she's been frowning a lot with a pale face. Juhi was sitting on the floor alone and stamped her feet, giving a sigh. She got mad again thinking about it. I can't believe he went to help that Zinsa. How can he do that? What is that? Is he going to sell that poor medical maidservant to the bastard Yongbon? Juhi, it is worse than you think. She became a Gusa, then she becomes a complete slave who can't be free at all forever. She would have to spend the night with a guy she doesn't even like for the rest of her life. Yeah, and you're especially sensitive to that because of what you ran away from. Stop it, this track is so emotional, it's gonna make me cry. Juhi thought about it and shuddered again. I know guys are not sensitive about this kind of thing, but still. Juhi kept rubbing the floor with her finger and just went out of the tavern. She didn't have anywhere to go, and she doesn't know why, but she kept thinking of Seon's face. So she ended up walking towards Uppocheong. Oh, please help, please help. Hello. Hi, now we're all here together. When she arrived at Uppocheong, Seong was out already. Hi. My lady? But then there were other policemen in Park Wong-sum next to Seon as well. Seon got surprised but asked in a soft voice, "What brought you here?" It's nothing. Well, you seem busy. You're going somewhere? Yes. I'm going to be out of the capital for a while from tomorrow. Something happened in our jurisdiction out of the capital. Can I help you with anything? No, not really. So do you have to prepare for the trip now? Huh? I'm not busy yet, but I was going to go to the market and buy some food like jerky. I was about to ask if I could join her. When I was about to say a word, I heard a guy screaming from the back. When I got surprised and looked back, 2 Yongbon guys were fighting in the middle of the day. Yes! Oh my god! Yay, me! I'm beating up this dude! Oh my god, thank fuck, Hisu. Thank you for redeeming yourself. You bastard! What? Damo from Pocheong. Wait, I know this dumbass. Hisu? Sir. Yes, this got so good! When I got perplexed and ran towards there, it really was Hisu. He beat Sinsalim in a huff, but now that he's in his arms, struggling. But then it didn't last long, because Woo-sung grabbed Sinsalim by his throat and lifted him up in the air. Woo-sung smashed into the ground and punched his servants in the noses as well. Yes! Yes! Fuck you, dude! The front of Po-seong was in chaos, Hisu trying to come at him again, and a handful of hairs ripped from off the top knot. Hisu clasped his hands and made a big fist and punched Sinsalim's mouth with it. Yay! Ugh, are you crazy? The list! Then another servant joined in and it became more chaotic. The servant was holding some papers on his hand and it was the list of delegates to Queen. Ugh, you said you'd help me if I get you the list. What is this intense music? I don't think it's ever gotten this crazy. You read your damn list, you crazy bastard. Hisu tore the paper before even looking at it. He grabbed Sinsalim by his throat and started dragging him to the Po-seong. You bastard! Ugh! Do you think you can get out of this after beating Northern Village Yongbon? You lowly bastard who does business in the marketplace? How dare you to a real Yongbon? Fuck you. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Son of a gun, you want me to take Damo from the Po-seong away for you? I'm gonna report you. For what? You are my accomplice. Brother, no. Huh, no. Fuck you. Back to my point of view, thank you. Oh my god. Good. I'm not completely stupid. Gosh, my back. I could get out of prison after a day and a half. Oh, pff. Wow, they jailed me. Well, I guess it's fair. Not worth it though, 10 out of 10 would do it again. I just realized what I've done as well. I did something to put me in jail while I was disguising to as a man. I was so reckless in risking my life for nothing. No, it was not for nothing. I was trudging out of the gate and Sinsalim kept complaining next to me. God damn it, what were you going to tell the police when I didn't even do anything? Why did you even report when we weren't going to just walk away like this? I was in prison for nothing because of you? You basically wanted to assault someone. You deserve to be there forever. You are a crazy bastard for coveting a damo from the Po-seong. Don't even think about it, or I'll make sure you get flogged next time. I was gonna let this go, but now I don't think I can give up with that attitude of yours. I'll make sure I achieve what I want no matter what without your help, even though it means I have to kidnap her. I'll kill you. I'll fucking murder you. Sinsalim spat on the ground and then walked down the stairs first. Watch your back, motherfucker. Watch your fucking back. You lay a hand on her. His servants were waiting from the distance and then came running towards him. Then Woo-sung and Juhi found me as well and then started screaming. Brother! Mr. Hisu! Sinsalim got confident again, surrounded by his servants, but then flinched and backed away when he saw Woo-sung. Yeah, fucking right. I guess his body remembers Woo-sung's fist. He wandered around me for a while with a disapproving face and just went back home without saying anything. Watch your fucking back, dude. Juhi pulled my sleeves and gave a sigh while rubbing it. Look what happened to you. We shouldn't have even debated helping that kind of bastard. Right. You are quite right. I regret it so much. I wiped off my sore eyes, touching scratches on my face and disheveled topknot. Then Seoyeon, standing behind the gate, started walking outside the Po-seong with soft steps. Hi. She didn't seem like she had something to say to me. She really sounded dry when she told me what she had to tell me. She just delivered Park Wong-sam's words. The officer said he's very sorry that he couldn't take care of you well, and he's sorry that he had to lock you up for one day since it was the rule. He said he did it because he had to go outside of the capital today, and he doesn't want you to get mad. Oh right, you said you had to go outside the capital today for the case. We're sorry to bother you guys when you're so busy. No, it's okay. Seoyeon bowed and turned around. Then I saw Sinsalim's head from the distance. Thought he was going back home, but he was hiding behind the large tree with his servants watching us. Don't you dare. Gosh, that bastard. What is it? Woo-sung frowned and looked up with an intimidating face. Then Sinsalim's head disappeared behind the tree. What is wrong with him? He's still at least a Zinsa. Doesn't mean shit now. He said something about kidnapping Seoyeon earlier. I'm sure that's just nonsense, but he might do something to Seoyeon if not kidnapping. What? And Woo-sung shook his head. Seoyeon will be careful. She must have heard roughly what happened when you explained the case. She knows that Sinsalim was trying to do something terrible to get her. Po-seong will keep an eye on him for that. It's none of our business now. Fucking lock him up. Why are you letting him free? He's done something wrong and he has motive. Fucking lock him up. I'm gonna kill him. I'll kill him. I'll fucking kill him. Ugh. Then an Ubo-seong door opened again and Park Wong-sam, his policeman, and Seoyeon came out with a wagon. They seemed busy getting ready to go out of the capital. Even though it was outside of the capital, it's just around the corner since it's still within their jurisdiction. It won't be that far. Wong-sam was glad to greet me and got out of his crowd. Oh, I'm glad you're still here. I felt so bad to let you go just like that. We might not see each other for a few days if we go out of the capital for the case. It's fine. Huh? We're gonna see tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. What? How? Because we're coming with you. Yay! Seoyeon Protection Squad! Brother! Woo-sung got surprised and shook his head, and then he got in between me and Won-sung. No, he's just saying that. No, I'm not. We're going to go back to the tavern, so don't worry about us. Have a safe trip. Fuck you. No. Woo-sung was so adamant. Love you, brother, but no. But Juhi seemed to be on my side, for once. It doesn't matter, does it? You're quite responsible for protecting Seoyeon now. A true scholar should know their responsibility to be a nobleman. Nobleman or whatever. Why would we follow them to the scene outside the capital? What are we gaining from that? We are protecting her from that idiot back there until he gets locked up or murdered. Preferably both. Woo-sung gave me a sign to go back with his chin. I should, we're gonna save really fast just in case I make the wrong choice. And we're going with, I do not care. I'm just going to go. So what if we don't gain shit? Woo-sung couldn't change my mind at the end, just drooped his shoulders. Wong-sam was surprised to witness this fuss. So in conclusion, are you gonna come with us? I'm going. I don't care about these other two going or not because they can look after each other. But, I'm going. Wong-sam started grabbing my hands and shaking it with a big smile on his face. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. It was so hard to pick people to go with me since no one in Pocheong wanted to come. Oh, that's right. Wong-sam loves having me around because I'm big brain. I had a hard time for the last few days. But then you were so willing to go through a hardship for me, Park Wong-sam. Yeah. Yeah, for you. For no other reason. You care for me this much. Yeah, you. Gosh, I feel like I'm gonna cry now. You do that. Wong-sam literally showed tears and kept grabbing my hands. He really looked touched by us. I started to get a bad feeling about this, but I didn't have time to ask details. Because Wong-sam already went inside the Pocheong asking people to bring more wagons for us. And Seoyeon took a glance at me and then narrowed her eyebrows seriously. Then she came to me and talked to me as if she made a big decision. Oh, she mad. Babe, I'm sorry. Babe, I'm worried about you. Are you coming with us? Why? We're just interested in the case. Thanks, Woo-sung. Woo-sung answered it for me, because I would have spewed some shit. I think he just said it without thinking because he's in a bad mood now. Oh, tough. I know she doesn't need to be protective and she literally has a sword, but like, you cannot be too careful, especially when that guy has a bunch of servants with him willing to... Fucking disgusts me so much. And then Seoyeon got so shocked by it. She looked at me and shook her head. Not towards Woo-sung, but towards me to be exact. No, don't follow us. Whatever the reason is, I don't want you to be in the scene. Honey, I'm going, okay? I'm sorry, but I'm going. Her tone was stone cold that my face almost froze. She's not even acting as usual. I was keeping distance. Seoyeon already sorted everything faster than I did. I knew she was like this before, but still, it was too cold and firm. I told you not to come. Seoyeon warned us again with a firm voice and turned around. I'm sorry, babe, but I don't trust him. And I would feel a lot better if I were there with you. Only after we arrived at the scene did we realize what Wong-sam and Seoyeon meant. What? Wait, what? Okay, we're staring at this. This is... Crow was circling above our heads and cried with a creepy sound. And when I looked down, I could see Chinese letters on the broken wooden panel. Leprosy. Leprosy as in leper, leprosy as in Hansen's disease. We found 3 bodies on the mountain behind the leper colony. It's a new track. That's a new track. Ah! That is actually really creepy. Hell. God, this game is so good at that. Oh my god. But also, like... Yeah, leprosy's deadly, but also, like... You're going there too, so you were equally in danger, so... Woo-sung kept grumbling the whole time. What else is new? On the way here like an annoying in-law who hasn't been fed yet. And after seeing the entrance of the leper colony, he freaked out and made a fuss that he's going to go back. Even Juhi, who was brave at first, shook her head and didn't want to go in. This tavern is quite far from the leper colony, so I'm thinking we should stay here and investigate the case. Wong-sum tried to read my face and laughed. We should try to get in as little as possible. High officials said we should come back only after solving the case, which means they're afraid to come here as well. So if we can't come to a conclusion, we'll just make them move and burn the whole place. And of course, you don't even have to get inside at all. Yeah, I get what they're saying. I guess it's dangerous or whatever, but by that logic, Seoyeon shouldn't be here either. Actually, no one should be here if it's that dangerous, but here we are, so I'm not going anywhere. Juhi then got relaxed when he said they don't have to go in. And are we all just staying here? Well, I'm gonna go check on the mountain where the bodies were found. That's outside the leper colony. Still close enough. But some people still have to go inside? Well, we should make the young kids go inside. When I looked on the side, Sam was checking on clothes for a few young nobi, coroner, and a couple of policemen. Guess she was going to lead them. Most of the policemen are not even going in. Wait, she's going in? Babe. Is Seoyeon leading them? Yeah, she said she wanted to do that, so I let her. Soon, Wong-sam asked Jumo for some alcohol and snacks. Seoyeon. How are we gonna— I legitimately do not know how we're gonna fix this. Those policemen who went out haven't come back until night. I had to listen to Wong-sam sitting cross-legged. I actually have an ambition. I'm too young to be a commissioner, but I feel like everything's gonna work out so well now. Thanks to Superintendent Zhang and you, I'm really happy these days. His face got all red from alcohol and he kept saying the same thing over and over. He's talking about this ambition and promotion for the 100th time. I mean, I came to town like this without hesitation when everyone else didn't want to come at all. If I become successful, I'm going to take good care of my family in the Pocheong. Like policemen and Seoyeon. Are they your family? Aw. By the way, Seon's getting late? I asked him while rubbing my feet with my hands. I felt so tired after walking for a half a day now and drinking on top of that. But Wong-sam kept drinking, not caring at all. Even though it's just a small leper colony, it's still a town. It takes time to look around the whole town. It's not getting late. Sam wouldn't do it roughly with that personality. Wong-sam chuckled, putting down the empty bowl. That kid is quite strong. When I first became a policeman, well, when was it? I think maybe I was about 20. Still so young when Seoyeon first got caught and came to the Pocheong. How long ago was that? More than 10 years, right? It's about 15 years ago. Seoyeon was 6 or more, I think. Yeah, because she's like 21 now. Came to her and flipped her head and saying hi, but she didn't respond, answer, smile, or cry. What a weird kid. Was she? He slightly smiled, listening to him like listening to a story about someone else's kid. Well, I was much younger at that time. I was like a fresh-born baby then. Wait, is she 6 years older than me? No, because that would make me 15. I'm an idiot. Wait, what's our age gap? Did we ever say Hisu's age? It must have been an age ago. She wasn't talking at all, so Superintendent Zhang had to teach her for so long. Hey Jae Seoyeon, you have to speak up when you have something in mind. You should tell what you think so that the people will know. You have to speak clearly about what you think if you're going to live in the Pocheong. Well, she nags me and you so well. You can't do this, you can't do that. It's all because Superintendent Zhang taught her too well. Wong-sam chuckled and finished another bowl. Soon Wong-sam started to snore, lying on the floor, and then I was the only one at the table. When I was hugging my knees and looking at Park Wong-sam's face, the door opened and Woo-sung stuck his head out. Aren't you coming in? Why are you out there for so long? Wong-sam's asleep, that's why. Woo-sung grabbed Park Wong-sam's ankles and put him in the room. How ceremonious of you. Then he looked at me again. I made your bed. I'm not sleepy yet. You can go to sleep. I'll let you know before I go to bed. I'll be up before then, so let me know if you need anything. Thanks, little brother. Woo-sung closed the door again. I pulled the table towards me and touched the corner of my bowl that is still half full. The table was a mess like any other table served with alcohol. I was thinking of Seon's story, looking at pieces of Zhang Wang-sung dropped and some alcohol stains. How long has she been quiet when she first got to the Pocheong? Even children don't like me as well as adults. No one even calls my name. And Seon's voice kept coming across my mind. No matter how long I've been waiting, Seon was not coming. I put the wooden stick on the ground to know the time. The shadow of the stick and the moon hasn't changed much. I kept feeling like it's been at least an hour. I kept checking the length of the shadow. Time goes so slowly. I kept putting my shoes on and off and sitting on the floor. Woo-sung hasn't fallen asleep yet. Did I try going to the town? I was touching my shoes, thinking nonsense, and the light from Juhi's room went off. Soon Woo-sung told me that he would sleep too. I ended up putting on my shoes and got out of the tavern. It didn't take long for me to arrive at the town when I wasn't even walking fast. The entrance of the leper colony seemed much scarier, especially at night when no one was around. I kept hesitating and debating if I should go back, but I couldn't turn around like my feet were stuck. I'm gonna save here just to be safe. I'm gonna go in because the music stopped, which means something might have happened to Seoyeon. I took one step inside the entrance with my eyes closed. It's not like the air is different in there, but my body felt tense. The town was so quiet. There were some crumbled mud huts around the road, but it didn't seem that anyone's living here. The road was muddy. I came inside only depending on the moonlight without any torch. You're rustling occasionally. I couldn't see anyone. Guess they cleared the area around the entrance on purpose, because people wouldn't want to see how they live inside. As I kept walking on the empty road, I saw the stream running across the town. It's where the real leper colony starts. There must be stepping stones somewhere, but I couldn't find it since it's too dark. I can't get to the inside of the town if I can't cross the stream. Cross the stream, not caring about wetting my shoes. When I started walking more inside, I saw the crossroad. The altitude on the left side is getting lower, the right side is getting higher. Which way should I choose? Does it matter? I'm gonna save anyway. I mean, I usually pick right side in general when I'm presented with this choice, so I'm going to the right side. As I walk, I could see some tombs. There were some small and shabby burial mounds made of dirt that didn't even have grass growing on them. Several leper kids who were sitting around the burial mound were surprised and looked at me. Thought they were all lepers at first, but then a couple of them had healthy cheeks and arms. They had to come in because their parents were sick. Well, before I even get to say anything, the kids got freaked out and scattered. So I decided to go further in. When I went near the entrance of the mountain, the air got chilly, and I heard a piece of wood broken under my foot. Then someone shouted from the distance asking who this is. When I looked up, I saw the light from the torches. They were the two policemen who went into the town with the group earlier. I was so glad to see them, so I ran towards them. You guys! And when I got closer, my heart sank because of the bodies hanging behind them. They weren't just lying on the ground. 3 bodies were hanging and swaying every time the wind blows. We are here to keep the bodies. Gosh, what kind of lunatic killed people like that? I looked up and looked at the bodies again as I hear the policeman. Someone opened the body's stomach, scraped off all the intestines, hung the body on the tree after draining all the blood. What kind of... This sounds like The Forest. You know that fucking survival game where they like kill the people and like shove their tech in their bodies? That's what that reminds me of. Just like butchered cows or pigs. I couldn't help but think of an awful rumor. An old tale that lepers eat humans to cure their disease. I doubt that. There were some cases of cannibalism in Hanyang before. Most of them were related to lepers. There were some records about some lepers in the village kidnapped and ate a baby, or got caught while kidnapping the baby. The worst case was when some Yongbans were involved. About 100 years ago, STDs were rampant among the sons of Hanyang Yongbans. Mostly those who go to the Gibang often, and there was a rumor that it can be cured by eating human livers. Everyone tried to eat human livers since then, and gangsters started to kill beggars near Xiangai River for money, while the beggars disappeared within a year. And the riverbanks reeked with the smell of rotten bodies. King got furious at that time and executed anyone who got caught eating human flesh, whether it's Yongbans or Confucian scholars. Since this incident, no one has dared to kill another human for consumption. The rule was set that you're for sure getting executed when you get caught. Well, good. Got shocked and looked at the body again. Don't they know that there's no other way than getting executed if they get involved in cannibalism? This was too obvious that someone butchered them and took out their intestines. Were they like this when you first got here? When we arrived, some guy was about to take them down. Bodies would have been gone now if we came here a little later. Well, that guy was unlucky. Didn't think he would run into us. He started running right away and he was so fast. I mean, too fast for a leper. That's why we're keeping the body here, just in case he might come back. Then what about Seoyeon? And other policemen? They all chased him down to where he ran away. He was running towards the inside of the town. Policeman pointed downhill. There was a little wider road leading to the next road I just walked on. Well, let's go! When I walked down the road, I ran into another policeman. He was squatting down and got up when he saw me. What brought you here? The potential suspect ran away this way? Yes. It's more inside, though. The policeman pointed at the center of the town where all the houses were lined up. Stopped him for a while and looked around. So the suspect running away from the mountain to the town Usually people wouldn't go to crowded places when they're chased. This guy came down to the town where there are more people and more houses. Why? Okay, I'm gonna save here because I really don't want to mess up this route the first time around. So I think it's because either someone's helping him or he had another purpose. We'll go with someone's helping him first. Maybe someone in this town is helping him? There's no reason for him to come to town otherwise. There is a silver grass field behind the policeman. Only after going through the narrowest part of that field is the center of the town. With a searching party in there, I should... I'm gonna save again. I'm glad to see we're getting a little bit more choice here. We're gonna go inside further though, because Seoyeon could be in danger. I started walking into the center, pushing through the silver grass. It was dark, but since the moon was really big and round today, I could see what's behind me. After walking for a while, I reached a round, empty lot where all the silver grass was cut. They must have burnt this place since there wasn't any root on the ground. And Seoyeon was there. Oh my god, hey! Seoyeon was bending over and looking for something. I couldn't even come out after I came all the way here, so I was just hiding in the silver grass. Then... Wait, I skipped that part accidentally. It was a hunchback old lady who seemed to be suffering from the disease. She was looking at Seoyeon quietly. Don't touch her. I got a bad feeling. Soon the old lady picked up a big rock and started lunging at Seoyeon. No! Oh good, we're on the same page. I intuitively ran forward and pushed Seoyeon. Ugh. The rock that sick old lady swung got missed and hit my shoulder. There was a sharp side on the rock and it cut my skin really deep to my shoulder blade. Seoyeon, who was pushed to the ground, got surprised and screamed. Sir! Seoyeon got up right away and stood in front of me, grabbing her sword. Then she couldn't do anything when she saw the old lady's face. The color of the old lady's eyes was already turned gray. Her skin was peeled off so much that her bones were showing. Yikes. She was too sick to attack or to arrest. The old lady looked at me with a grudge and then pouted her lips. You people are already trying to kill us outside. Now you're even coming to a town we're hiding in and harassing us? You filthy bastards. Get out of this town before you girls get in big trouble. My heart sank while I was still on the ground. What are you? I got befuddled and couldn't say anything properly. Then the rock with the blood on it fell down to the ground from her hand. Now she doesn't seem to have an intention to attack us anymore. Why'd she call me a girl? Wait, no. But no one else has seen through my bullshit disguise. Leader Kong, maybe, because she's smarter than she says. Wait a minute, what? The old lady turned around and mumbled while walking away towards the silver grass field. Damn, how insane is it for a girl to wear a gat like that? That's why she gets hit by the rock. It's your luck. My old woman voice is shit because I don't have to do it that often. A girl. When I looked back, Seoyeon was looking straight at me. This is not how I wanted to talk to you about this. When I caught her eyes, I didn't know what to do. It would be damn either if I made an excuse or not. Seoyeon walked towards me and bent over to help me get up. Her face got too close, so I got surprised and looked down. That old lady was getting blind. The lepers commonly suffer cataracts, which causes her eyes to turn blurry. Must have had a very narrow and blurry vision because of that. She's a poor lady who can't even distinguish a person's face. I saw it too. I know. What? Seoyeon interrupted me. She looked at my shoulder for a while and carefully opened her mouth. Can you take off that dopo for a moment? What is happening? Your wound on your shoulder seems deep. There's no way I can take this off. I didn't even know what to say, grabbing my clothes. And her face, which was so calm until now, started to change. Saw her eyes shaking right up front. Seon's eyes were on my forehead, eyes, nose, mouth, then my chin. Why don't you let me take care of your wound? This time it felt a little different when she asked me that. Her eyes were on my eyes again. I hurriedly got up right away. Because if I take this off, you're going to see that my figure is distinctively female. Sorry. Wait, did I not bind my chest, or was that not a thing back then? We're in Juhi's point of view with this music for some reason. It was in the middle of the night when Juhi woke up. She woke up by a rustling sound. You could hear someone searching through the room. Did Damho Seoyeon come back? We were supposed to share the room, so it must be Seoyeon. I hope so, for your sake. When I got up half asleep, I could see Seoyeon sitting in front of the door with some paper in her hands. Is that my poster? Is that my poster? He was looking at something with the light from outside. Did I wake you up? What is this theme? This is too perky for what's happening right now. I'm sorry. Seoyeon tried to hide the paper. Wait. Her eyes were shaking. She was she about to cry because I wouldn't let her help me? Babe. Oh my god, okay. Seoyeon tried to help hide the paper. Words are hard. It was something that Juhi's seen before. The wanted poster. Hisu was tearing off the wanted poster of the same girl when the boat came in before. Why is Dama looking at this in the middle of the night? Juhi reached her hands toward the wanted poster, half asleep. I saw this one before. What? This? Where did you see this before? Well, Mr. Hisu, he was tearing it off. Mr. Hisu? Juhi was answering with her eyes closed, then got surprised and shook her head. No. I mean my brother. Juhi held her breath, worried that Seoyeon might notice something. But Seoyeon didn't seem to be curious or wants to ask more about it. Her eyes just got bigger and she kept rubbing her chest with her fist? I'm gonna say that's fist, biting her lips. And she just folded the wanted poster quietly and put it in her pocket. You should sleep more. I'll be out for a while. Babe, wait, why are you going back out? Hey, it's literally, you got attacked. We got attacked. It's not safe. Ugh. All right, back to me. How can you eat at this hour? Why wouldn't I? The reason I'm still healthy even though I drink a lot is I eat well every time I have a chance. Hong-sam fell asleep earlier before. When I came back, he woke up in the middle of the night and already drank a bowl of cold water and asked Jumo to bring him some rice soup. Oh, so we're still up late at night. His eyes got bigger when he saw me coming in from outside. Then he started asking questions when I told him I saw the bodies and went to the town. The old lady really tried to attack Seoyeon from behind? Yes, it was really fucking weird. It's like she planned to attack Damo Seoyeon in the first place. Geez, that would have been a big accident. That's not all. Come to think of it, it's so weird that the old lady exactly aimed Seoyeon and tried to attack her. I doubt it's Zinsa because what? That wouldn't make sense. Hong-sam pushed away the empty soup bowl and nodded. He noticed that I'm being serious. Think about it. An old lady was hiding in that field and tried to attack Damo of all the people here, which means she was so determined to kill her. Picked Seoyeon because she thought she could kill at least a woman. It wasn't an impulsive attack. She thought about it and planned the attack. What do you mean? That old lady had no hope to get better at all and she had nothing to lose. That lady was trying to kill someone from the Pocheong. She wasn't even trying not to get caught. What do you think that means? It means she was trying to protect someone by distracting our attention to her. She wanted to hide someone. The guy that ran away? Hong-sam looked at the town over the yard. The road Seoyeon and I walked on last night was in the mist, didn't make any sound like a dead town. Also, the bodies were hanging quite high. The suspect might be someone tall. Tied the knot in a reverse way, the direction of the knife was the opposite way on some spots. Everything else was normal. I guess he was born left-handed and became an ambidextrous by effort. You got all that in that short period? We've proven that I am big brain, so yes. Hong-sam took out the paper and started writing it down even though he must be so tired now. He's now trying to get a promotion and stuff, but even before he was a really hard worker. He's just a little incompetent, but one of his biggest strengths is that he listens to other people very well without any prejudice, which was quite rare in people. So a young guy who suffered from leprosy before but cured now and about 6 feet tall. He's ambidextrous, but he usually uses the left hand for complicated tasks. Given the fact that people from the town are trying to hide him, means he had lived with them before or is still living with them. Considering that he was about to take down the bodies before the Pocheong comes, he must be really bold and smart. He's not afraid of anything. Maybe he's from a Yongbon family. I told him everything I know since I've been there anyway. It's better to tell him something about the case or to hide the fact that I went there just because of Seoyeon. My pants and the tip of my dopo were still wet from when I crossed the stream, with the whole box of ointment on the wound on my shoulder, but it was still bleeding and it kept getting cold and hot. Woo-sun kept giving me a sigh in the corner of the room. He freaked out when he saw my wound and he's been like this since then. Then, suddenly the door opened. Standing on the main floor was Seoyeon. Hi. What is it? Seoyeon looked at me without answering him. Sir, I have something to ask. If you're not... Please don't ask this right in front of everyone. What are you asking me? Oh, we're going somewhere alone. I couldn't think of anything while I was following Seoyeon. Seoyeon went behind the tavern, opened the back door, and kept heading towards somewhere through a desolated path. When we arrived somewhere far enough to barely see the tavern did Seoyeon stop her feet. Is your wound okay? I'm good. Woo-sung took care of it for me. Tied up my clothes. Seoyeon was looking in the air, turning her back against me. Then she turned around after a while.
I've been thinking about it. You said that old leper had a narrow vision, right? That her vision is blurry?
I did.
Then doesn't that make her judgment even more exact? Since she has a very narrow vision, when she looks at people, she should focus on looking a certain part of that person, such as a face. So she can distinguish people only by their face and their voices regardless of their clothes.
That's completely wrong. I guess you don't really know about the eye disease. At that stage, she can barely see anything. It's as if she's almost blind. You can't see.
Then how come you...
Seoyeon paused for a while, then closed her eyes, frowning her eyebrows.
You look like a woman in my perfectly fine eyes.
Seoyeon covered her face. How long have you known?
You are a woman, aren't you? Are you distinguishing yourself to be a man?
I didn't say anything. When I heard that, my heart sank so deep. I could hear my heart beating so loud, and that sound filled my whole body from my chest to my head. I just stopped at that moment. I couldn't hide my reaction to getting caught while doing something really bad. I couldn't ask how much she knows and how did she become so sure about it all of a sudden.
How can this happen? On the island, I must have looked so stupid.
Seoyeon, no! Seoyeon couldn't hide her confusion. She couldn't even continue with her clearly upset and frustrated voice.
Why did you pretend to be a guide to me? Is that why you came here along? Why did you follow us here? See how I react?
Did you have fun doing that? No. I came because I was worried about you and what that guy might try. And Seoyeon kept saying things that don't even make sense. I got so frustrated and sad that I wanted to cry. How could I... No. No. I wasn't having fun. I never thought you're stupid at all.
Then why?
Seoyeon looked up at me. At first her eyes just got bigger. Then Seoyeon's face started to change as she looked into my face. I've never seen a person's face turn this intimidating. Abe? I realized it when Seoyeon was scared stiff with her eyes filled with tears. And I was doing something really wrong without even noticing it. Well, I still don't know what it is. I was so shocked and scared by Seoyeon's shocked face that I couldn't even breathe well. Is this what Juhi feels like when she talks to people? How can she put up with this? It makes me want to kill myself so much. I don't know. Sorry for everything. I hurriedly apologized and turned around and started running. As soon as I started running, tears were flowing out of my eyes. Fuck. 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 Oh no. I packed right away. I was gonna finish packing and get ready to go back to Hanyang before the rooster crows. She's right. Didn't even know when I followed them here. Didn't know when I went to the town for her. And think about how wrong this kind of affection is. Oh shit. Seoyeon still thinks... Are you realizing that you're... The worst part is she has to deal with this alone. Tears fell to the ground when I closed my eyes. I kept wiping tears, but it was pointless. There was nothing wrong with Seoyeon. She only had feelings for me because I fooled her. She had wrong feelings for me. It's a mistake. But I knew it all along. How could I? How dare I? What is going on? What is... Woo-sung got surprised and kept hovering around me. Let's go back. Hurry. I think Seoyeon found out that I'm a woman. What? You know how uptight she is. She found out that I'm a woman, so she's going to investigate me as soon as this case is finished. She might put us in jail when she finds out who we are. Cleared my throat and kept talking about something irrelevant. None of those things I just said bothered me at all. I just kept thinking about Seon's shocked and contemptuous face. My hands got shaky when I grabbed the luggage, but Woo-sung opened the door and went out first without hesitation. I could hear him preparing the wagon back to Hanyang. We got out of the leper colony before the sun rises, even before Wong-sum or the other policemen could stop us. Since I was wounded, we got the ox cart with 2 wheels. I was really depressed when I was lying on the ox cart. Since Juhi doesn't know anything, I still had to hold my emotions. I could barely control myself not to cry. Why did you even go there in the middle of the night? I can't believe you have to go back to Hanyang for your shoulder injury. Forget it. That leper colony was not even a good place to stay anyway. The ox cart was heading toward Hanyang, making clanging sound of the bells. The horseman was sitting in front of the partition and drove the cow slowly.
I, Juhi, and Woo-sung were lying inside the cart with low partitions and didn't say anything. Miss Juhi. Yes? I and Woo-sung have to go back to our hometown or like to leave Hanyang right away. What's gonna happen to you? Are you gonna go back to your family? Oh no. I'm shoving everyone away. Why do you ask that so suddenly? I was just thinking about it. I mean, when I first ran away from home, I couldn't get a room by myself since I'm a woman and I didn't know anything about normal people's lifestyle. But now, living with you, I have a room to stay. Thanks to Makwa, I learned a lot about the marketplace as well. So I think I'll be fine living alone as long as I have money. Is that so? Then, when we go back to our tavern, I'll sell everything and get money and give them all to you. What? Are you really going somewhere? Maybe. But if you give everything to me, are you going to leave Hanyang without any money? We can always make money. It's always easy when you're in a guy's clothes. Juhi looked at me weirdly and then gave a sigh. Then, the ox cart suddenly stopped. Wait, what? Some Yangama brothers on a donkey were blocking the road. Guess that donkey was being persistent and not moving at all. But then the donkey started walking again when it saw the ox cart. The Yangban brothers thanked us when they went past us. Oh no! No, we are turning the hell around! Finally, this donkey is moving again. Thank you, guys! But when I caught his eyes, sprung up. What the? What? Why are you here? Oh, we are turning the hell around. Absolutely not. We have to warn them. Fine, my angsty feelings aside, whatever. We need to at least warn them. It's not like we have phones. We can't just fucking text them. Okay, we're gonna deal with that bastard next episode because my head is fucking spinning right now. Oh my god, so Seoyeon knows my secret now, but also this guy is back after her again, so we better be going back there to warn her, or kill him, or both. Both is good. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. Like, comment, subscribe, it really does help me out. Until next time, bye!